We continue to see mobile technology and mobile platforms become increasingly important to the advisors, not only in running their own business and creating productivity tools inside and outside the office, but also to deliver what we think is a wow client experience when they engage with their clients to present information and to have that conversation about their investments. Mobile offerings from us are really providing a couple of things for our clients. I mean, quick access on the go is something that we see a lot of interest in. So they might need to check a balance on the go. They might get a phone call from a client when they're out of the office to see if there's a wire transfer that's actually taken place or a trade's gone through. So there's a great example of where advisors are using these tools out of the office. We're also finding that the iPad is a great example of a tool that advisors can use to immerse in some of the richer information available, and we think that that's going to be a great place for us to deliver educational content to our clients in the future.
So the premise for the Office of the Future is for an advisor who wants to outsource all of the infrastructure and run their business from a tablet. Now we know that that's a bit of a stretch to say today, but we know that there are technologies that are emerging behind me that we're seeing, every day get a step closer to that. We believe that what they're able to do is to outsource the infrastructure that they're running in their office today, be it the server technology or desktop technology, that needs to keep up with the increasingly shortened cycle of those technologies. So not having to spend time managing operating system upgrades and servers in their office and worry about things like disaster recovery when there are capabilities that can really help them streamline that as well. We know that not all business happens in the advisor office, so the advisor who wants to open up an account in the client's office or their home, being able to open an account, being able to initiate a TOA, and be able to do a remote check scan and take a deposit from that client is something that's innovative and we believe will really start to change the advisor's experience through mobile technology.
We're seeing a lot of advisors leverage technology to really integrate into their practice to allow them to run more efficiently. An example of that is being able to receive information from us as a custodian directly into their system, alert capabilities, where they can build in workflows from those alerts. For example, if they receive a cash management alert, they can take action on that, jump right to the rebalancing system, and rebalance that portfolio based on the cash that came in. So we're really seeing advisors take integration to the next level and integrating that with workflows to be more efficient. Advisors look at it a little bit as an expense today, and they really should treat it as an investment. So a lot of times advisors make these large investments in technology. They're not really getting the most out of that because they're not focused on the implementation to make sure that the staff is buying into the solution, the implementation, as well as training after the fact to make sure that the associates in the advisor's office are leveraging it and know how to leverage it to really get the most out of their technology. And we see a lot of times advisors, even with their existing systems today, they may be only using 10 or 20% of that functionality. Be able to train, the implementation and training, getting that staff to buy in, they're going to have a better adoption as well. We know advisors are going to want to interact differently with that generation coming up too. They're maybe not typically going to come to the advisor's office to meet them. They expect things through video conferencing, leveraging things like Skype and FaceTime, and really to interact with their advisors. I think over the next few years we're going to see a big shift in how this generation is interacting with financial advisors, and the financial advisors that are focused on being able to provide those solutions are going to be successful.
I think the main question that we're hearing really is, hey, what tools do you have to help me become more efficient, right? Really, even in yesterday's keynote, is all about being more efficient, because the more efficient you become drives a multiple of your firm's value later on for succession planning. So that's really what they ask us. So there are things that we've delivered and things we're actually focusing on this year to help them do that. Some of the themes we keep hearing back from our advisors, which is exactly what we're focused on delivering this year, include how to actually, a lot of them are looking for, how do you enable me to be more efficient and more effective, right? Others are, how do you help me deliver more valued service to their clients, the end investor? A lot of looking for also for open architecture, right? How can I pick and choose tools, and how do you integrate with some of those vendors? And then the last thing, which we hear a lot of buzz around here, is about mobile technology.
And for the most part right now, it's just the basic stuff, email, things like that, calendaring and scheduling. But what we're seeing and what we're hearing from our advisors is they want to do more. They want to be able to open an account at their client's home. They want to be able to take documents like statements and confirms and performance reports, and they want to be able to show those to their client, but not actually have to drag a laptop with them. Maybe take an iPad or a Microsoft Surface or some device like that with them. The advisor of tomorrow is going to expect this. It's not going to be a question of do I want this? It's going to be a question of why don't you give me this?